Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where a woman is now behind bars facing identity theft charges. Craven County deputies say they received a report of identity theft on February 7th. An investigation led deputies to 38-year-old Simone Thomas as a suspect. Warrants say Thomas allegedly used another person's debit card to buy over $160 worth of groceries. Warrants say she made 2 purchases using the debit card. Thomas is listed as homeless on court documents. She is facing felony charges, including identity theft, financial card theft, and obtaining property by false pretenses. Thomas was taken to the Craven County Detention Center, where she's being held on a $30,000 bond. And now we want to turn to the high-stakes negotiations that happened in Geneva, Switzerland yesterday between the U.S. and Iran, as well as Ukraine and Russia. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
Negotiators back at the table for a second day of talks between Russia and Ukraine. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff writing day 1 of U.S. mediated discussions yielded meaningful progress toward a peace deal, 1 week before the 4-year mark of Russia's full-scale invasion. Ahead of the talks, President Trump urged Ukraine to compromise.
Ukraine better come to the table fast.
While a pair of Democratic senators traveled to Kyiv pressing for ironclad security guarantees against future Russian attacks.
Ukraine needs and deserves a guarantee from the United States, not just European powers.
Witkoff and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, also joining negotiations Tuesday on a deal to curb Iran's nuclear program. The top Iranian diplomat citing good progress on the path toward an agreement, but cautioning they will not reach it quickly, while Vice President J.D. Vance pointed to roadblocks.
The president has set some red lines that the Iranians are not yet willing to actually acknowledge and work through. So we're going to keep on working it.
President Trump has signaled military action is an option if there's no deal to guarantee Iran won't get a nuclear weapon. The president ordered a second U.S. aircraft carrier to the region before the negotiations and suggested regime change might be the best thing that could happen. Iran has threatened retaliation for any attack, and the supreme leader now says any attempt to take down his government would fail. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Thank you, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. And currently, air temperatures are soaring all the way up into the upper 60s right now in New Bern. And it's only 10 o'clock. Well, 10:03 if you really want to be exact about it. But again, 67 degrees at this hour. We are going to be toasty coming up this afternoon. And it's all thanks to a southwesterly breeze that right now is breezy. It's going to be getting stronger as we get later in the afternoon. Anticipate wind speeds this afternoon getting up to around 20 miles an hour sustained. Right now, we've got a 13 mile per hour sustained breeze out of the southwest over the News River in central Craven County. 67 degrees, one of the hottest spots on the map right now, but it's not the only one in the 60s. We've got 63 degrees in Williamson, Greenville, Washington, and Goldsboro. Currently 66 degrees in Kenansville, 67 not only in New Bern, but in Jacksonville as well. Along the coast, we've got the upper 50s, 57 degrees in Hatteras, 58 in Manteo, as well as Swan Quarter and Oriental. Currently 61 degrees in Beaufort. Now, of course, compared to where we were yesterday, we are significantly warmer, and it has to do with the stronger breeze out of the southwest. That is really bringing in the heat today, and it's going to get stronger again as we head into the afternoon. Here's a picture by the time we get to around lunchtime, and wind speeds range between around 15 to 20 miles an hour. Some areas even seeing stronger numbers than that, higher numbers, I should say. So as far as winds are concerned, it will stay breezy throughout the entire day today. At least during the daylight hours. We will see winds start to relax as we head towards sunset, but really not going to be going down to single-digit wind speeds until we get well past sunset. In fact, probably around midnight is when those winds are going to drop down to single-digit wind speeds. Will be again another day with a southwesterly breeze tomorrow. The difference is winds aren't going to be quite as strong, and then through the afternoon, a high pressure system will roll overhead, and that will create a little bit of some chaos in terms of wind direction. Not to worry, the southerly winds return on Friday. So for this afternoon, again, low 70s. We may need to bump those numbers up a little bit due to, again, our quick rise so far this morning. Air temperatures holding in the 60s until we get past midnight tonight. That will leave us in generally the mid to low 50s early tomorrow morning, anywhere between 53, 54, 55 degrees between 6, 7, and 8 a.m. That will carry us into the upper 60s again by noon tomorrow. In the afternoon, there will be an opportunity again for the low 70s, but it does come with an opportunity for a few raindrops tomorrow. That's something we are not going to be seeing today. Cloud cover rolling by is going to be fairly thin today. Tomorrow, a little bit thicker, and those thicker clouds tend to produce an opportunity for a few showers. Now, we're not looking, obviously, at widespread soaking raindrops, but a few of us could pick up a few showers here and there through the day on Thursday and then again on Friday. Not a lot of rain. Certainly not a lot, nothing you need to go changing your plans over, but something we do want to at least you to know about. I do want to say good morning to Gwen Mosley. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Hopefully you're having a fantastic start to your day. Here's a zoomed out picture of exactly what's going to be happening across the U.S. Several areas of low pressure will again approach eastern North Carolina, but we won't get a full cold frontal crossing until we get into the weekend. That means the rain showers, again, are going to be present, but not all that heavy until we get that cold front through the east. That's likely to happen again as we head through Saturday and into Sunday. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. Coming up for your Thursday and Friday, 30% chance of rain. Not a lot there, maybe about 1/4 of an inch of rain for those of you who receive some drops, or most likely less than 1/4 of an inch. But then we will see heavier showers and more widespread rain approach the east as we head through your Saturday evening into Saturday night. That'll extend over into your Sunday morning as well. Air temperatures will drop from the mid 70s on Friday all the way down to the mid 40s by Monday. And we will again slowly warm up next week. But it's going to be a reminder that we are very much still in winter as we kick off Monday of next week. That's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.